Hi, I'm Paul. Welcome to my channel. When it comes to delay effects, I have a couple of vintage units at my disposal. Among these, this Tape Echo Rec unit and an analog delay by Ibanez. While these are great devices in their own right, they're far from being all-rounders. I recently acquired the Boss DD-8. Is this going to be my bread and butter pedal delay from now on? Let's find out. Here's the setup which I'm going to use today. I'm starting off with the tuner. Then it's on to the Boss CS3 compressor. As you all may know from my previous videos, I'm a big fan of my UE300 multi-effects unit and especially the compressor. To stir things up a little bit, I borrowed the CS3 today to get a different flavor. Then it's on to the Elektron analog drive, of which I'm going to use the clean boost setting mainly. Later on in the video, I'm also going to use the mid drive, which is the analog drive's take on the Tube Screamer. Last in line, we have the Boss DD-8. This is a stereo pedal. That's why I'm using my Roland Jazz Chorus amp. I still have to set up from my chorus shoot-up video. Be sure to check that one out as well. Here are the guitars that I'll be using today. On the right, we have the American Professional Stratocaster, and to the left, the Vintera Telecaster. Okay, so this is the glitch mode, which lets you create a sort of stuttering effect. And for this demonstration, I'm going to put the pedal into the wide mode, which is a stereo setting. It has 3 stereo settings, one being the pan delay, and the aforementioned wide setting, which is also a panning delay, but a bit more spacious. And the linked parallel mode, which as far as I can tell is basically a mono mode. To change the stereo setting, I'm going to press the pedal, insert a 1/4 inch jack into the B input, put the dial to analog, which puts the pedal into the wide mode. So depress it again, and we should be in wide stereo mode. Okay, cool. Turn the dial to glitch and let's start. Okay, so let's move on to the warp mode, which is quite similar because you also have to press the pedal to get a sort of like swelling effect. So let's hear that with the same riff. Next up is the mod preset, which puts a chorus effect on the delay tail. You don't really have access on the modulation, but it's a nice to have preset, I think. The pedal, by the way, is still in the stereo wide mode. Next up is the shimmer mode, which is a pitch shifted delay, and I like this a lot to put on my lead sounds, and adds a nice Far Eastern flavor. Before we hear that, I'm going to put the pedal into the linked parallel mode. Let's hear it. Next up is the Reverb Plus mode, which puts a nice reverb tail on the delay, making it a bit more spacious. And I'm going to use this preset to create a loop texture. You have to switch on the carryover, which means if you switch off the pedal, the delay tail will go on. And the second thing is I put this into the linked parallel mode because if you put the feedback on max, the Reverb Plus mode, the delay feedback will go on infinitely without growing or diminishing. It just stays the same, it stays constant, and which is exactly what I need for this kind of loop texture. So let me switch that on. I rolled off a bit of the high end from the neck pickup just to have the loop a bit more in the background. Whew, now I feel relaxed. And on to the reverse mode, which is great for some psychedelic stuff. We're back in the stereo wide mode. Check this out. Let's check out the warm mode. Okay, so now we're going to go back and forth between the tape and the standard mode. Back to the tape mode. And this is something that, of course, we have to try out. Okay, I have to wait and see how that sounds. I can see the waveforms in Logic clipping. We'll see. For the next demonstration, I switched guitars. I'm going to go with the Vintera now, and we're switching over to analog mode. I put the input jack into the B input. So you have a separated signal. You have the dry signal on one side and the effect signal, the delay, on the other one. Turn down the reverb. I'm also going to change the distortion preset on the analog drive. I'm actually going to skip the loop mode because actually that's the only mode in this delay pedal that I'm not particularly interested in, so I hope you forgive the omission. But for looper, I probably will get a dedicated pedal. To wrap things up, here's my verdict on the Boss DD-8. As you probably have guessed by now, I'm a big fan of this unit. By getting this pedal, I was able to close a huge gap in my effects arsenal. This is definitely a versatile unit which will cater for most of your delay needs. Personally, I had a ton of fun creating the sound examples, and the DD-8 has really earned its place on my pedal board. While I'm not going to ditch my vintage hardware units, they probably will see less action in the next couple of weeks. By the way, my favorite modes on this thing are the reverse mode and the glitch setting. So please let me know what units you prefer for your daily delay work. Leave a comment below and please subscribe to my channel.